Hello, Sally. Good morning.
Good morning, teacher.
Yes. So, how's your Saturday morning going?
Just like a normal day because next week I will have the end term exam, so I have to review a lot.
Oh, well, that's nice because you have a lot of time to prepare for your upcoming exam today. Okay. Do you have any other plans aside from staying at home and prepare for the exam?
Um, Next Monday I don't need to go to school because there's a short holiday in Vietnam, so I will go to my hometown maybe this afternoon.
Okay. How many days are the holiday in Vietnam next week?
Just Monday.
Just on Monday. So you have a long weekend, Saturday, Sunday, and plus the holiday. So that's 3 days weekend for you next week. Okay, what's the holiday all about, Sally?
It's the Home King holiday. It's the day that the Home King in Vietnam died, and we celebrate this day to remember him.
Ah, yes. Okay, to give respect and to honor him, even though that he died already. All right. So thank you for sharing some information about the holiday on Monday, Sally. So anyway, if you could remember last week, we stopped in this exercise 9. Okay, so here, I already explained last week that when we say dictation, this is when you're going to listen to the audio or listen to the teacher, then you take down notes on what you could hear. Yeah, say
Yeah.
someone will dictate something to you and you will put this one on record or on your notes. Now, are you ready to start, Sally?
Yes.
Okay, so here it is.
Page 44, Exercise 9. Take a dictation.
When the phone disappears, Rachel can't figure it out. She looks high and low for it. She suspects the dog who is sleeping like a log. Finally, she dials the number. She hears ringing in the dog's stomach. What in the world? She thinks. All at once, she gets the picture.
Do you want to listen again, Sally?
Yes.
Okay, here it is.
Page 44, Exercise 9. Take a dictation.
When the phone disappears, Rachel can't figure it out. She looks high and low for it. She suspects the dog who is sleeping like a log. Finally, she dials the number. She hears ringing in the dog's stomach. What in the world? She thinks. All at once, she gets the picture.
Okay, are you ready to share your answer, Sally?
Yes.
Okay, now I will listen to you to tell me uh what you've taken down notes.
When the phone disappeared, Rachel can't figure it out. She looks high and low for it. She suspects the dog who is sleeping like a log, and she dialed the number and hear the ringing in the dog's stomach. What in the world? Finally, she gets the picture.
Yes, finally, all at once, she gets the picture. All right, so very good, Sally, because your listening skill is great. Okay, now this time we are you are going to complete the dialogue. So here is the situation. Two good friends, Vlado and Jamie, meet on the street. So first, I will make it a little smaller because you're going to fill out or write your answers in here. Then where do you get the answers? You can get it from the idioms inside this box. Okay. Then later on, we will practice. Can you see it clearly?
Yes.
Okay. Here.
Hey, Vlado. Hey there, Jamie. Not too much. Is that a new jacket? It's great. You, can I see the idioms?
All right.
It's great. You, you,
Oh, all right. So to help you, I'm sorry, Sally. To help you, Sally, I will be Jamie and you will be Vlado.
okay.
Okay, so let's start. Hey, Vlado, what's new?
Hey there, Jamie. Not too much. Is that a new jacket? It's great. You, it's great. You look like $1,000,000. Oh no.
It's
Oh
old as
yes.
that's right. It's old as the hills. Someone ripped off my leather jacket, so I found this in my closet. How are things?
To tell the truth, I'm. Can I see the dialogue? Yes. To tell the truth, I'm feeling blue. Sylvia broke up with me last week.
Sorry to hear that, man.
I can't get over it. There was no reason. I was dumbfounded when she told me it was over.
You need a vacation, Vlado. Leave town for a few days.
That's not a bad idea. If I keep thinking about Sylvia, I will I will go crazy.
Yeah, so that is perfect. Okay. Now, since we're done with this page, we will now move on with another this is unit 9, I think, because I can see 9 in here. So we will now move on with unit 9. It's all about fish turns the tables on fishermen. Okay, so do you have any idea about this text, Sally?
I don't know what turns the table on means.
All right. So don't worry about that. I will let you read the text quickly as you can. Then after you read it, maybe you might have an idea about the idioms because you would understand what the text is all about. And if you still don't know what the idioms mean, then that's the time that I will explain to you. All right. So here
Okay.
is um the short text.
One day, a Russian man is fishing at a lake near Moscow. He is crazy about this sport. He catches a very large fish and is on cloud nine. Then he begins to show off for his pals. He grabs the fish and kisses it right on the mouth. But the fish turns the tables on the fisherman and bites his nose. It won't let go. The poor fisherman is in hot water now. Take it easy, his friends advise. Then they have an idea. They cut the head off the fish, but the fish still won't let go of the fisherman's nose. It has strong teeth. Finally, doctors in a local hospital set the fisherman free. Play it safe. They tell him don't kiss any more fish.
All right. So do you understand the text, Sally?
Yes.
All right. So what about the idioms that are highlighted in here? So is there any idioms that you want me to tell you what it means?
I don't know. Is on cloud nine. Um, is
On
on
cloud
cloud
nine.
nine.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
All right. So when you say that you are on cloud nine, that means that you are extremely happy. It's
Oh,
probably because there is a good news like that, or just like me. I was on cloud nine when I got accepted um to work in a bank because that is my dream job. Okay, so that is the example of on cloud nine. What else?
turns the tables on.
Okay. So when you say turns the tables on, um, how do I say this one? It's like you reverse the situation so that the situation will be on your advantage. Um, say for example, like when my brother lose the first half of the game, their team turned the tables on their opponents and won.
Oh, okay.
Like that. Okay, so what else?
That's all.
That's all. Okay, so what about in hot water now?
In
What
hot
does it
water,
mean?
it means like in a hard situation.
That is right. That means you are in trouble. Okay, can you give me an example using this idiom in a sentence, Sally?
Is in hot water.
Yes.
Um, I'm in hot water when I lost my computer.
Yes, because it's difficult when you lose something. You might be scolded by your parents. Okay, so what else in here? What about show off? Can you make a sentence with this one?
Show off. Um, I show off. I show off for my friends. I show off playing the guitar for my friends when I was on a trip with my school.
I show off playing the guitar to my friends. Yes, I understand what you're trying to say with your sentence. However, I think there's something a little off about the structure of your sentence. Okay, you can actually, maybe it's better to say, um, when we were on a trip with my friends, I show them off how to play the guitar like that. But you know what, Sally? When we say show off, it could actually mean negatively. However,
Oh,
in your sentence, when you use the word show off, it means literally that you show them that you know how to play the guitar. Because when we say show off, which is in an idiom phrase, this means that you are bragging in a way that draws attention to other people. Say for example, when I was in high school, I have this one friend who would show off all her gadgets so that we will be impressed by how rich she was. Yes, so that is showing off. Another example of show off is, say, for example, that you came from the poor family, but you want to show them off that you are rich. So you are just pretending that you are rich, even though that you're not, because that's what because you are a show off person like that. Yeah, so that is the meaning of show off. It's like to pretend that you are someone that you're not. Yes, or you are that someone, but you want to brag about it. Another example, oh, I want to show them off my new sports car. So that means bragging. Yes. Okay, so what about hmm play it safe. Can you make a sentence with that one, Sally?
Um, we must play it safe when we go to the water parks or go somewhere like near river or
That's
lakes.
right. That's right. So I think everything's okay in here now. So let's move on. Oh, so there's more. Set someone or something free. Let go. Okay, so those are just a piece of cake for you. So we'll skip that one. Then we will move on with this exercise two. So here, you're going to listen to the story 2 or 3 times. Then later on, I will ask you questions about the story. So here it is. Wait a minute. Um, slide 31. Slide 31 here.
Unit 11. Robber chickens out. Page 51, exercise
Oh, I'm sorry. This is not right. Slide.
Page 43, exercise 4. Listen and complete. Close your book. Listen to the story again. When
Hold on, sorry. Sally, I'm sorry because I couldn't find the audio. Slide 30.
Page 44, exercise 9.
Oh, so this was earlier. Then next is 31. Here it is.
Unit 11. Robber chickens out. Page 51, exercise 2. Listen. Cover the story and look only at these pictures. Listen to the story 2 or 3 times.
Pearl River, New York, USA.
Picture 1.
In New York, nothing is surprising anymore. A man went into a bank in a town just north of New York City. He had a plastic bag over his head.
2.
He approached a teller and handed her a note.
3.
The teller took a look at the note, but she couldn't make heads or tails of it. The handwriting was terrible.
4.
She excused herself and went to consult with her coworkers. No one could read the note.
5.
Finally, one of the clerks figured out part of it. It said, "I have a gun."
6.
The clerks realized at last that the man was trying to hold up the bank. But when they looked up, the man with the bag on his head was gone. Apparently, he lost his nerve and ran away.
7.
Why didn't the teller react to the plastic bag on the man's head? She said only, "I thought maybe he had a skin problem."
8.
Police officers are still trying to make sense of the robber's note. The note says he has a gun, but we have to spend more time studying the rest of it, said one officer.
This is the end of side 1.
Oh, all right. So I completely understand now, Sally, that whenever we go through with exercise 2 after reading the text, the pictures are actually not the ones that we could connect to the audio that we listen. So the pictures that you can see here are still part of this text. But the audio, it's a different story. Same thing with last week, right? That's why we were so confused about last week because it's not the same also. But anyway, have you listened well to that audio, Sally?
Yes.
All right. Now, this time, I want you to retell the story. And if you could use as much as idioms that you've listened, that would be better.
One day there was a robber and he wanted to rob the bank. When he went into the bank, he gave the piece of note to a worker there, and the worker couldn't figure out what the word he wrote in it. So the worker gave it to the co-worker in the bank, but other co-workers still couldn't find out what he wrote in the note. But then there was a clerk and she could find out the work that he wrote. It was, I have a gun. And the the clerk and other people, they looked up, but they couldn't find the robber anymore. The robber already went away. So the worker there, they told the police officers, and the police said that the robber wanted to rob the bank, wanted to hold up the bank, but they need more time to find out more about the note.
That is right. All right. So thank you so much for retelling the story according to the audio, Sally. Okay, so if you could recall, what are some of the idioms that we could hear from the audio?
Hold up, hold
Hold
up
up.
the bank.
Very, yes, hold up the bank. Nice. What else?
Mm, can't figure it out.
Can't figure it out. Okay, there is also a specific audio that the speaker, there was also a specific idiom that the speaker used in describing the banknote. So what was it?
Mm, the handwriting was terrible.
Okay, so it was actually the worker couldn't figure out which one is the head or tail of the note. So when you hear about heads and tails, what does it mean, Sally?
It means like the handwriting was very terrible and the worker couldn't read anything.
All right, thank you for sharing your thoughts about it. But when somebody would say, okay, so I would flip a coin. Okay, I want you to think about flipping a coin. When we flip a coin, if the coin will land and we can see the face of it, that is the head of the coin. But if it lands on the opposite side, that is the tail of the coin. Okay. What else can we flip? So yeah, that is heads and tails. That's the meaning of heads and tails. So say for example a note. Do you have a Vietnamese note there? Let me see if I do have a note. Oh, I don't. Oh, hold on. Or this one, say for example that this book, let's just pretend that this book is a money. Okay, so when we say this one, this is the head of the money. But if I turn it like this is the tail of the money. So heads and tail. All right. So same thing with the coin. Okay, so if you and Tony argue, and no one wants to lose the argument, then your mom will toss a coin. Okay, so I'm going to flip a coin. So whoever got the tails, okay, so Sally, what do you want? Heads or tails? Then you would say, oh, I want the heads, mom. Then if it lands on the tails, then your mom would say, okay, so whoever lands on tails will wash the dishes. Then if it lands on the tails, then Tony will wash the dishes like that. That's heads and tails. All right. So how about this? picture, Sally. Okay, so this picture is according to how do I say this? It is actually related to the text that you've read about the fish that turned the table into the fisherman. Okay, can you retell the story using the idioms? Um, you see, how do I, can you retell the story using as much as idioms here, Sally?
Okay. Um, One day the man was was fishing by the lake in Moscow, Russia. Picture number 2. He wanted to show off for his pose. He Picture number 3. He kissed the fish, and unluckily, the fish turns the table on him. The fish bited his nose and didn't let go. Picture number 5. His friends were worried and said, "Take it easy." They cut the head of the fish off, but it still won't let go. And he went to the local hospital. The doctors there, they set free for him, but and they said play it safe.
That's right. Okay, so this time I will let you listen again to the story. Then when the tape pauses, you try to complete the idiom. Okay, here it is, Sally.
Side 2. Page 51, Exercise 4. Listen and complete. Close your book. Listen to the story again. When the cassette pauses, try to complete the idiom.
Pearl River, New York, USA. In New York, nothing is surprising anymore. A man went into a bank in a town just north of New York City. He had a plastic bag over his head. He approached a teller and handed her a note. The teller took a look at the note, but she couldn't make heads or
Now,
tails of it. The handwriting was terrible. She excused herself and went to consult with her coworkers. No one could read the note. Finally, one of the clerks figured out part of it. It said, "I have a gun." The clerks realized at
what?
last that the man was trying to hold
Hold
up the bank. But when they looked up, the man with the bag on his head was gone. Apparently, he lost his nerve and ran
ran
away.
away.
Why didn't the teller react to the plastic bag on the man's head? She said only, "I thought maybe he had a skin problem." Police officers are still trying to make sense
Of it.
of the robber's note. The note says he has a gun, but we have to spend more
Um,
time studying the rest of it, said one officer.
All right. So that's it for today, Sally. If you have more questions about the audio, you can take down notes of it. Then you can ask me tomorrow because we still have class tomorrow. So we'll just call it a day, Sally. Have a great weekend and see you tomorrow. Bye, Sally.
Goodbye, teacher.
Bye.